Hello, this is Peter with another video. Today I thought we'd do a quick update on my Carob bean tree, which you can see is pushing out some new growth at the moment. It's looking quite healthy. Now this plant actually was bigger than this earlier in the year. I cut it back because a few months ago when I was on holiday in Spain, I came across a Carob bean tree, which I've known about for a number of years. I see it pretty much every year. And I decided to take a scion back with me, well, a couple of little scions, but some of them started to shrivel up a bit. But I did manage to graft one piece here. You can see this cleft graft. I don't know if it's taken, but it is still, well, it looks like it might still be alive. It's hard to tell. Doesn't look particularly good, but there is still a bud there which hasn't pushed out yet. So I'm hoping it might have taken. I also attempted some bud grafts as well. I didn't want to waste the material that I had, so I attempted to do a couple of chip bud grafts. I'm not sure if those will have taken or not. So when I came back from holiday, I didn't get around to grafting until later in July. I went in late June, early July, but it was actually, I think it was the 28th of July that I did the grafts. So they have been on now for a couple of months. So I think what I might do is just cut the parafilm off on these bud grafts here, because if they're going to have taken, they will have done by now. We'll just have a quick little peek at that. So hopefully you can see that, but just peeled the first bit of parafilm off the top bud here, and it is still green. It does appear to have fused, although I'm not 100% sure if that's going to do much there. I can't see much callus tissue around the edge, but it does seem to be stuck there, which is a good sign. I'll just cut the bottom one off as well. I don't know if you can see that. I'll try to zoom in as much as I can. The bud itself that I grafted has taken again, it looks like. But I don't know how viable that bud is. There is a bud above it from the rootstock, so I will remove that, just to prevent it from pushing out, because I want the buds here to develop. But I'd say that looks like it's taken. Now to get these buds to actually push, I'd have to cut the top back to force them to push, which I don't really want to do at this time of year. There's no real rush to, so what I'll probably do is I'll just leave them over winter, and we'll see how this graft does here as well, this cleft graft. I'll just leave them over winter like this. I'll keep this one wrapped because I'm not as confident with this one. It might still dry out if I take the parafilm off. The parafilm should degrade over time anyway. And of course these plants are relatively hardy, but they will take damage in cold winters, so I will have to bring this inside if we get cool temperatures predicted. It has survived a few negative temperatures in Celsius before, -1, -2, something like that. I think even maybe down to -3 or 4. I had it outside and it's been fine. But I wouldn't want to risk it while it's got some grafts on it. Now of course there's no way of knowing if these grafts were from a female or a hermaphrodite variety of Carob bean. The one I took it from does have fruit on it every year, and there's another one not too far away from it, but it's not right next to it. So it's possible one could be hermaphrodite and one could be female, which would mean they get pollinated from each other, or there could also be other trees in the area as well. So we wouldn't know for sure if this is going to be capable of fruiting, but in any case it should have a better chance of fruiting with a seedling, which could take many years. I'll leave this top section here on this branch here for now. We'll see how these buds get on. I might actually rewrap this one, just because I don't see as much callus tissue as I do on this one here, which looks much better. And that one should be okay. But yeah, it's looking quite good that the buds have taken. And I'm hoping this cleft graft might also have taken as well. We'll just leave that parafilm on though. Now there is one other thing I wanted to quickly feature. It's when I was cutting this off, well, not this piece, but from this branch here, which was much longer. And this has grown over the last month or two as well. But the bit I cut off, I actually put in my hydropod, which is an aeroponic propagator. And one piece actually has developed a root on it, so I'll just quickly show that. Okay, so hopefully you can see this little piece here has a root developing on it. It's got a long tap root. Not sure if that'll be in focus or not. It's quite hard to focus on this, but yeah, it's developed a really long tap root, which I'm quite surprised about. So I'll probably need to get this potted up soon. I'm a bit concerned it might start rotting if I leave it in there any longer. So I will get that potted up soon. The stem that I cut off was longer than that. It has rotted away. You can see there. Hopefully you can see. You can probably see there, that bit there rotted back, and I cut it off a few weeks back. But the roots developed quite well. And there were a couple of other roots which I accidentally broke off the other week. So yeah, there's a bit of growth there that's starting to develop as well. And I've got another piece that I've got in the propagator which hasn't rooted yet, but there's still green leaves on it. So there's a good chance it might. So yeah, I thought it was worth featuring that quickly just to show that carob can root. So yeah, we'll keep you updated on how this gets on as well. Once I've potted it up, I might have to put a plastic bag over it once I've potted it, because it'll be used to the humidity inside the propagator. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this quick update on my carob bean tree, which is growing quite well, and hopefully these grafts will take. But yeah, as I mentioned, I'll have to keep an eye on it over winter, make sure I give it some good protection in the cold spells, to make sure that the grafts don't get damaged. But yeah, it's looking quite promising. So I hope you enjoyed this update. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell, and be sure to keep you all up to date on how it gets on. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.